coders. I hope you are coding well. In the previous video, we created user storage service, and in this service, we created the methods to save and get user from the local storage in our Angular application. And in today's video, we will add more methods and we will complete this storage service, and we will add the methods to get the user ID, to get the project ID, to get the user role, and after this we will add the methods to check for the specific roles is logged in or not. So let's get started. So in our Angular application, we will open user storage.service.ts, and in this, first of all, we need to create a method to get the logged in user ID. And to do this, we will write static keyword, and then we will name this method as getUserID. And after this, for the return type, we will give this as string. And in the body of this method, first of all, we need to use our getUser method to get the user. And to do this, we will create a constant and we will name this as user, and then we will call this dot get user method. And after this, we need to check if this user is null, and to do this we will write if condition, and in this we will write user is double equal to null, and if this is true then we will write return statement and we will return empty string from here. And in the other case we will again write return statement, and this time we will send user dot id. And with this our get user id method is completed, and now we need to create a method to get the project id, and in the future video we will update our backend code to send the project id in the login api response, and we will use this project id in our front-end application in a lot of operations. And to create this method, we will copy this get user id method and we will paste this method here, and then we will update the method name and we will replace it with get user project id. And after this we will update the return statement and we will return user dot project id. And with this our get user project id method is completed as well. And now we need to create a method to get the user role, and to do this we will again copy this get user id method and we will paste this method here, and then we will update the method name and we will replace this with get user role. And then we will update the return statement, and this time we will return user dot user role. And with this our get user role method is completed as well. And now we need to create a method to check if admin user is logged in or not, and to do this we will write static keyword, and then we will name this method as is admin logged in, and for the return type this method will return boolean. And in the body of this method we need to call get user role method to get the role, and then we will compare it with admin string. And to do this, first of all we will write if condition, and in this if condition we will call get user role method, and then we need to check if this role is empty string. And to do this we will write double equal and we will compare it with empty string, and if this is true then we need to return false. And to do this we will write return statement and we will return false from here. And after this we will create a constant and we will name this as role, and the type of this will be string. And to set the value in this role we will again call this dot get user role method. And after this we will write return statement, and then we will compare this role by using double equal operator, and we will compare this with admin. And if role is equal to admin then this will return true, otherwise this will return false. And with this our is admin logged in method is completed. And now we need to create a method to check if the employee is logged in, and to do this we will copy this is admin logged in method and we will paste this here, and then we will update the name and we will replace this is admin logged in with is employee logged in, and then in the return statement we will compare the role with employee. And after this we need to create a method to check if manager is logged in, and to do this we will copy this is employee logged in method and we will paste this method here, and then we need to update the method name, and we will replace this with is manager logged in. And then in the return statement we will compare the role with string manager. And with this our is manager logged in method is completed as well. And now we need to create a method to sign out, and to do this we will write static and we will name this method as sign out. And then for the return type we will give this as void, and in the body of this method we need to remove user from the local storage. And to do this we will write window, and then we will call local storage, and then we will call a method remove item. And in this method for the key we will pass user. And with this our sign out and user storage service is completed. And now let's save this file and let's run our Angular application. And as you can see our application is up without any errors. And that's it for today's video. In the next video we will use these methods and we will create role based navigation bar in our Angular application.